What's going on, everybody? Let's get right into it. Today we're going to be talking about the first episode of the new season of Gotham, and oh my god, is it a good one. I'm telling you, oh my god, it was packed with tons of stuff that I know you guys are going to love, and we're going to talk about each and every single one of them. Of course, there's going to be spoilers. I just want to let you guys know that, spoilers. So this episode starts off pulling on the heartstrings of all its fans. Of course, if you knew about Lee and Gordon in Season 2, then oh my god, you're going to be so upset when you find out what happens now. Lee's moved on because, of course, Gordon told her to move on, but he tried to get her back, and unfortunately for him, what does he find? Bam! Another man is macking up on his baby mama. Oh my gosh. Guys, it was really hard to see that. But that's not even, like, the craziest part of this episode. That's nothing. That is the tip of the iceberg. That is just to get you started with what's about to happen in this entire show. Moving on, it's 6 months later, and now Gordon is a bounty hunter, and he is after one of the Indian Hill escape people, Killer Croc. Killer Croc is robbing this pharmacy thing, and we have no idea why, but oh my goodness, look at this picture. It's so cool. Look at this. This is Killer Croc, and honestly, I don't think this is full Killer Croc. I don't think this is the full Killer Croc thing going on right now. I think this is part Killer Croc. I think this is Killer Croc mid-transformation into what the real Killer Croc is going to become. Of course, Jim Gordon is able to stop Killer Croc with the help of a freaking truck running over Killer Croc, which brings us to another awesome-ass moment of this episode, introducing Valerie Vale. If you don't know who Valerie Vale is, she's the aunt of Vicky Vale, and Vicky Vale used to have an on-and-off thing with Bruce Wayne. She was even dating Bruce Wayne in the Batman Arkham Knight game, if you didn't know that. But like I said, it's not a huge deal. Valerie Vale isn't a huge character in the DC universe. She shows up now and again, but it's really her niece, Vicky Vale, that's important, and her niece is not in here, so don't worry about it if you didn't know it. What you need to know is that Valerie Vale is freaking amazing as a reporter. Here she is grilling the GCPD, trying to figure out what's going on with the Indian Hill escapees and trying to figure out why there are rumors that Wayne Enterprises was, in collusion with these people. And they're not giving her any answers, and she is just grilling them. I'm telling you. She is like Lois Lane if she didn't get herself caught all the time. And that's just one of the awesome things about Valerie Vale. Valerie is actually going to be taking over as Jim Gordon's love interest. If you saw the first episode, then you know there is a ton of chemistry between them. Oh my gosh, it is like electric. He is the new bounty hunter with a twisted past, and she's the new ace-hitting reporter that's trying to, uncover the greatest story that Gotham's ever had. A bunch of metahumans escaping from Indian Hill, and now they're running amok in Gotham. So if you were expecting Gordon to get back with Lee, then don't expect that anytime soon. I really think that they're going to end up being together for a couple of episodes, at least like half the season. And maybe Lee will come back later. I mean, she is carrying his baby after all. We don't know if she even has the baby because she was drinking wine at the beginning of that episode. Whatever, it's not my, it's not my business. I'm not trying to get into that, whatever. She can do her. I don't care. But like I mentioned before, Gordon is actually now a bounty hunter. He didn't go back to the GCPD. He's not with them. He's just, trying to find all these Indian Hill escapees. And he is getting paid a ridiculous amount, $5,000 an escapee. $5,000. And he's turned in 6 already. He's turned in 6 of these people. It's ridiculous how much he's getting paid for this. And from what he says, he loves the job. He may not actually love the job, but what he tells Bullock is that he can do whatever he wants. He has to answer to nobody. He gets to drink in the middle of the day. Apparently he loves his job, but to that I will say it was hilarious when Harvey tells him, I can drink in the middle of the day too, and he just takes a swig right in front of him. It was so hilarious. It was honestly probably one of my favorite moments of the episode. I would say top 3 best moments for me of the episode. Next we have Barbara Kean, who was apparently cured in the last season. I don't buy that at all. And now she's running this brand new nightclub in Gotham with Tabitha. See, now this is great because the whole nightclub thing is like has this whole Sirens of Gotham vibe on. If you don't know what the Sirens of Gotham are, then the Sirens of Gotham were like a trio of some of the best women in Gotham. It was Catwoman, it was Poison Ivy, it was Harley Quinn, and they were together and it was like their own little team, of badass villain women. So it was pretty freaking cool. So it's really awesome that this new nightclub thing is going on, especially with the rumors that Barbara Kean may be this universe's Harley Quinn. I know that sounds crazy, and I know some of you are going to be like, that's not how Harley Quinn operates, and she's not, Harley Quinn never dated Jim Gordon. Okay, I understand that. I hear you. I know what you're saying. Different universe. It's TV. You can't get held, you can't get hung up on all the what's completely accurate universe-wise on TV shows like this. You just got to accept it. And like I said, it's just a theory that she might be this universe's Harley Quinn. And you see Tabitha in the nightclub, you see Selena Kyle in the nightclub, and like I said, if it was Harley Quinn, it would make so much sense that it was the Sirens of Gotham. It would just come together, all right? And eventually, Poison Ivy's going to be there. And I will talk about Ivy in just a minute. Moving on, we have another awesome-ass moment of the episode with Penguin. Penguin shows up when Valerie Vale is trying to grill the GCPD about information about the Indian Hill escapees. And he just comes up and he says, no, that's bull. That's bull. I came to the cops. They're not doing anything. They're doing nothing to help this city. And which is crazy for Penguin because Penguin's a freaking murderer, And he tells them, I saw them that night. I saw all of them. They came off the bus and they were being led by Fish Mooney. And everybody's like, what? Fish Mooney's alive? Yes, Fish Mooney is alive. You guys got to remember, they don't know that stuff. They didn't see any of the stuff that happened. They didn't know that Fish Mooney survived, that she was brought back by Hugo Strange, and she has superpowers now. And Penguin is terrified. Penguin is legitimately terrified because he pushed this woman off a building. She died. And then she let him live, which means she has plans, which means he is scared, and he has every right to be scared. It is Fish Mooney, okay? But luckily for Penguin, he does have a new friend to confide in with the Riddler. He actually goes to see the Riddler, brings him a puzzle. The Riddler solves the puzzle in no time flat because, of course, he's the freaking Riddler. And he tells the Penguin, you have no reason to be scared because, and I thought this was ridiculous and kind of funny at the same time, because penguins eat fish. Ha 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 ha. You guys saw what they were trying to do there. I'm not gonna insult your intelligence. Of course, we're not going to skip over another epic-ass moment of the episode when Fish Mooney shows up and she has Selena Kyle and some two people that, we've never seen before. They go and they try to hijack this pharmaceutical company warehouse place. Apparently, Fish Mooney needs the drugs because every time she uses her powers, she's creating new cells that her body is rejecting. And if she just stops using her powers, then she'll be fine. But she doesn't want to stop using her powers. So she goes, she tries to get the medicine. That's why Killer Croc was actually trying to rob that pharmacy store earlier in the episode. And this is a great moment because you actually see one of Fish Mooney's henchmen grab a guy and age him, like right then and there. And I don't know who from the DC universe this guy is, or maybe they just made him for the whole Indian Hills metahuman people. But it was freaking awesome, man. It was so good. And he just ages this guy, and then she goes off. Jim Gordon shows up, and Jim Gordon realizes that she's one of the people with superpowers. And unfortunately, he gets jumped by one of Fish Mooney's henchmen, and she gets away. Later on, we actually see more of Fish Mooney's henchmen, two people, one that has super speed and one that has super strength, when they try to kidnap Miss Peabody because Jim Gordon was using Miss Peabody as bait to try and catch Fish Mooney because there's $1 million bounty on her head. Like I said, Jim Gordon, bounty hunter, he just wants the money. He doesn't care. He's in this whole badass phase of his life. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's a midlife crisis. Who cares? All I know is that it's freaking cool as crap. And of course, they get away with Miss Peabody. Poor Miss Peabody. But I don't actually feel that sorry for her because she was experimenting on all those people in Arkham. So, I mean, it's kind of like comeuppance, but whatever. She ends up telling Fish Mooney that Hugo Strange is the only one that can actually cure her and that the meds aren't going to do jack. So when she realizes that Miss Peabody's of no use to her, she has the guy who can age people just go ahead and age her. Boop, she's gone. No more Miss Peabody. That actually brings us to another amazing, longly waited for event, Poison Ivy. She shows up trying to find Selena because she's wondering what Selena's doing. She knows Selena's doing something crazy. And Poison Ivy realizes that Selena's been hanging out with all the metahumans. Unfortunately, she does the dumb thing of saying that she's going to go to the cops and that she's going to tell them if they hurt her. So Fish Mooney has the guy who ages people try to kill Poison Ivy, or try to kill Ivy because she's not Poison Ivy yet. She runs. You guys see where this is going, right? Poison Ivy tries to get away, and unfortunately she ends up in a dead end with a big hole underneath her that leads into like the ocean. He grabs her and she shakes free and falls into the hole. This is clearly how they're going to justify getting rid of the younger Ivy and bringing in the new, hotter, older Ivy. Oh my god. So hot. But yeah, that's how they're going to be bringing in the new Poison Ivy. And I don't know if the guy touching her is going to give her powers, or eventually she's going to get powers, but she's older now. She's probably going to do a bunch of stuff that only older people can do. Who knows? I cannot wait to see how that's going to evolve. That's going to be really good. And again, brings us back. I know I've been saying it a lot. Sirens of Gotham. I'm done. I'm moving on. Another huge moment for the episode. We have Clone Bruce. Selena walks out of the Sirens Club and she sees this guy in an alley just kind of digging through the trash, and she gives him money, and when he turns around, it's the Clone Bruce! It's Clone Bruce, and we don't know what he's doing! And Ivy makes a joke saying if you feed the strays, they're gonna follow you. And what does he do? He actually follows Selena. He's been following Selena, and he even sees Bruce talking to Selena later on. And he's like, oh my god, who's that kid? Why does he look like me? Blah, blah, blah. He just stays kind of in the shadows, doesn't really do anything until later when he kind of attacks Ivy and tells her, who's that girl? I want to talk to her. Who's that guy? Who's Bruce Wayne? I need to know who Bruce Wayne is. Clearly, he doesn't know who Bruce Wayne is. He doesn't know about his clone. He doesn't know about his counterpart. And I'm assuming it's probably part of the Court of Owls thing going on. The court probably made the clone, and they were going to have the clone take over stuff so that they could run Wayne Industries from behind the scenes. It seems like something that the Court of Owls would actually do. It seems very Court of Owlsy, you know, seeing as how they kill his parents. And the last best moment, in my opinion, of the entire episode is when Bruce Wayne is sitting in Wayne Enterprises. He's called the board together, and we don't know why. He goes in there, and he basically calls out the Court of Owls. And he says, I have information on all of you, and I'm going to take all of you down. I'm going to tell the news. Everyone's going to know what's been going on unless you contact me in 24 hours. And unfortunately, someone was in the room who worked for the Court of Owls, much to what they thought. And they break into Wayne Manor, and they try to kidnap Bruce. Alfred does some badass Alfred Marine stuff and tries to stop the guy. But unfortunately, I mean, you know, he's old. This guy's young. He's a trained assassin. He kicks Alfred's butt. He takes Bruce. Doesn't kill Bruce, just takes Bruce. So I'm assuming in the next episode we're going to see what's going on. They're probably going to sit Bruce down and, you know, talk about them killing his parents or what they're doing with Wayne Industries or whatever. But it was so cool to see. Oh my God, he's going to meet the court. We're going to see who's finally behind the masks. Maybe. I hope so. That'd be really awesome. But that was just the Gotham episode 1 recap and a bunch of awesome things that I thought were in the episode. Any Easter eggs I tried to point out, stuff like that. That's what we're going to be doing here on this channel. You know, reviewing these awesome shows from comic books and sci-fi stuff and just bringing you guys the best stuff and informing you on what, you know, you may know, what you may not know, trying to keep you guys up with the latest stuff. And I am so glad to be doing this. I've wanted to do this for a while, and I'm really happy that I finally got to do this. Oh my God. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to check out the list for all the other shows that we're going to do, then there's a link in the description down below. I hope you guys will tune in for the next ones, and I hope that I can entertain you guys and inform you about stuff on the DC, Marvel, anything universe that comes out. I'm really excited, guys. Oh, and before I go, one thing. Hi, Deontay.